Hello there and welcome back to Satisfactory. Yes, we're back on Satisfactory once again, going to be continuing our single player playthrough. So, if you weren't here last time, we had built this massive platform. We are building our copper wire and cable, or wire and cable factory, with a main train line that's going to be part of our little coal loop that we're doing as well. Bringing all that in, we've got 4 train stations here. One's going to be bringing in iron, and one's going to be bringing in copper, so that we can use the copper alloy ingot, so that we can get way more ingots per machine per minute. And then we've got our export, whichever one it is, but we've got our export of wire and cable for all these different factories. So this is what we did last time as well. We designed one of the towers, one of the tower floors, I should say. So yeah, we can definitely put this down and then put the other blueprint on top of it. Or put these blueprints on top of each other. The only problem I have is I'm going to have a problem with these little pillars here, which is going to be unfortunate, but that's the way it goes. These are going to overlap. But we should be able to still put it down. We just won't be able to use blueprint mode, unfortunately, on that. So, but yeah. So, but today's plan is to try and design around these train stations here. Now, I don't think I'm going to include the track in a lot of the build. That way, we can shorten up the foundations by quite a bit, make them, funky and whatnot. Make them fit the tracks a little bit better, so there's not so much wasted space over here. And we need to build up and around these train stations here. So we need to build a nice wide base. I was thinking about doing 4 towers before, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to do the 2 towers. So like over here. Well, actually, I don't know how I'm going to export. Export is going to be interesting to figure out, just because of the fact that one tower is going to be wire and one tower is going to be cable for production. And we still need to do smelter. We still need to do the smelting layer as well. We're probably not going to have logistics layers on this one. Just because it's not really necessary, because the tower itself is going to be so small, and it's going to have so little machines. Like, I'm planning on putting maybe 4 machines in here. That way we end up with a lot, because we're going to need a lot. But yeah, the other thing I need to figure out, and we'll figure it out over here, I guess, is I need to figure out how many machines I'm going to need, and how much wire and cable I want to produce. I already know that number, so I'm going to pull that number up now whoops. It would probably help if I already had this pulled up. Alright, I think we need to figure out cable first. Alright, so figuring this out here. Let's go production, let's go constructor. Oops. Constructor, I need... Ooh. Nah, we're not going to use the iron wire. We could use the iron wire, bring in iron instead of copper. But the thing about that is the train stations would be out of balance then, because we still need to bring in iron ore. Unless we brought in enough iron ore. Hold on. Let's see if I can... Yeah, I might be rethinking the whole train station idea. If there's enough iron ore around here to make this happen without having to bring in iron ore, that would be... Well, no, I'd still want to bring in iron ore even if that was the case, because... what am I trying to say here? Just because of the fact that I would want it expandable for Phase 5 as well, because I don't know what's coming in Phase 5. As you guys may know, I have not finished past Phase 4, because the last time I finished Phase 4, it was in Update 8. So, Update 1.0, I have not gotten that far. Nah, I think we stick with the original plan. Because iron wire would be nice, but we've already got the train station set up. Plus, I would need 3 train stations, which would definitely throw everything off. I'd have to completely rethink all the tracks and stuff. Yeah, it'd be too much. But the one thing I did want to figure out is cable. So the normal cable recipe, if we overclock this, does 75 per minute. We're not going to summer sloop anything. That way we can later on if we need to. So 75 cable per minute. Yeah. So I want to produce 2,000. I need to produce a little bit less, but I want to produce more than I need. So I can have cable for other things like building and stuff. So 2,000 divided by 75, yeah. 2,075? Nope. We could do 2,100. That'll probably work. But yeah. I'm just trying to get the same number of machines. That'll work. Okay, perfect. 2,100 is what the number will go for. That is a lot of constructors. Sorry you guys don't see that. I'm over on a Satisfactory calculator because I'm lazy. Okay, so 2,100 is the number we need to produce. All right. So first things first, let's go organization, and let me get the tree set up that we usually set up here with 2 minute signs. Yes, let me get the tree set up of what we need to produce, and we'll go from there. Alrighty then, and there's our tree. So we've got, I don't have the machines on the side here, I should put that. So we've got 1,575 iron and coal and copper. Iron and copper. There we go. Jeez, brain, come on, keep up. So then we're going to be producing 3,150 copper ingots per minute with that recipe, which is going to produce us 6,300 wire per minute and then 2,100 cable per minute. Now you're probably thinking, wait a minute, why are you producing so much wire when you need to? Because wire, it goes into cable. So half of that goes into being made in the cable. Well, actually, it's 4,200, I think was the number. Yeah, 4,200 goes into making cable. Alright, so let's put down foundries here. Foundry, production, foundry, and again, we're not going to overclock it, but we will be, or we're not going to summer slip it, but we will be overclocking it. So it's, yeah, the copper alloy ingot, which produces 100 per minute. So then we overclock that. 250. I might actually, should we up that number so it's not exact? That way we go, let's see, and then we need to do it by 32. So 250 times 32 smelters. That'd be 8,000. That's not right. Oh, wait, duh. what's the number? 3150? Let's do 32 divided by, oh, hold on. It's 3200 divided by 250. That's only 12.8? 3100? See, 3150 would be 12.6, because that's the actual number. What about 31? Well, it's 250, right? So that's why I thought 250 would have been. We do. Oh, 3,250, of course. That'll be 13 machines. If we do it that way. That's producing 100 more than we need. Yeah, because it's 150 by default. So 12.6. Yeah, I think we might just go with this and call it a day. Alright, so 12.6 machines. Architecture. Not architecture. We go organization. And go with this. And there is our numbers. So we got 12.6 foundries. These are fully overclocked, by the way. Otherwise, the numbers would be way higher. You're talking like alone, just the wires, just the wire alone without overclocking. 210 constructors. That is insane. That's too many. 84 is too many, but we're gonna have to go with that. Okay, so we might try to fit more than 4 per floor. Although that'd be a sweet tower. That thing would be massive. And then we've got 28 cable machines. Let's see, what's the cable without overclocking? It's 70. I don't know. We'll play with this number down here. This 28, because I want both towers to be the same height. So what we might end up doing is we might be using less machines per floor, and using and maybe even underclocking so that we could get even more height out of that, so that the wire and the cable towers are the same. We'll see what happens. This is going to be a little bit of a laggy area with those numbers. Although, remember the aluminum factory? You can actually kind of see it there on the horizon. That really white one. The aluminum factory is also very crazy. How many did we need? I can't even remember. I think it was like 50 or 60 smelters just to smelt the aluminum or something like that. It was pretty insane. Okay. Alright, so we'll go with this, and then we'll see where that goes from there. But first of all, I need to come up with the design for the walls for this train station. So the train station is going to go one foundation out, I believe. Or should it go only half of... It might only do... let's do half a foundation outwards then. We need to clear this designer here, because I need to design a wall that's going to fit for this. Let's clear the designer, because we've already saved. Yeah, we need to design a wall. How do we want to design a wall? That could be cool. We'll use some foundations to try and make it. Yeah. Alright, so we got our simple wall here. Oops, that's not the center. Yeah, let's go with the simple wall. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. We'll design our simple wall piece. I'm gonna try not to use beams this time on the edges, so that we don't end up with. Well, I guess it's okay if the blueprints are kind of. That's fine. All right, and then I want to use these. I think. Wait, how tall do the walls need to be? We need to design around how tall the walls are going to be. Alright, so they're going to be 5 tall. Okay. I mean, they could be 4 tall, and then we can use like a... Oh, that'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Could we even do that? So if we did that, and then we say we did tilted wall like an 8-meter. Yeah, that could work. That could definitely work. Even if it's in tight like that, it still works. Alright. So we'll go 4 walls tall then. Alright, I have a few designs that I might want to try out. So let's do 4 walls tall by 2, I think. 2, 3, 4. Alright, we'll start out with the basic wall, and then we're going to add our details to it. Could do something with... I still want to use these at some point. I just don't know how I want to use these yet. Oh yeah, the other thing I wanted to do as well is I wanted to introduce again some organization. I wanted to do signs again. I think signs would be brilliant. How big are the large billboards? Ooh. It'd be a pretty thick wall, though, if we were to do it. I might use the small billboards. Yeah, but what kind of design would we go with, though? Maybe not yet. Well, we'll see. But what I want to do is I want to add these walls in. You know how we're using those other walls with the towers, right? I want to do something similar down at the bottom so that it fits together. I think that'd be really cool. Alright, we'll give us space for the lights that we'll put in here. And that. And then invert. Ooh! Ooh, that could look really good. If we did like... Yeah, if we covered this space with like a big old light, that could look really cool. Actually. Yeah, we put a big old billboard in here. The large billboard might not be a good idea, though. Just simply because, obviously, it's not going to be... Well, no, it's not going to be covered up all the time. Okay. We'll do the small billboards then. I should probably rotate them, just in case I want to do like a design or what have you. Oops. But I want to do something a little bit more with this than just this simple diamond shape. Okay, so then we go with the... I wonder if I can nail the copper color. That would be pretty nice. Sadly, the sun is going down, so if we do this... Obviously, do this. Okay. I actually have a copper color code. Or I can actually look one up. Okay, there it is. Here. Let's see if... They say that's copper, apparently. Apparently it didn't change. Because I didn't hit select color. Then layout, go with that layout. Yeah, and then if we were to turn on emission 3, definitely not. That's like a brown. Alright then, maybe something like this, I'm thinking. Yeah, I don't really... Yeah, something like this, though. Good. I do like that. The color's a little bit... The color is like the copper color, but it's like... I've really had... You have to darken it when you go to emission strength 3, so... I think the color's off just ever so slightly. Like, it's just not bright enough. See, that's way too bright. Control C, Control V, Control V. Something like that. There we go. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we can take that. Is there any kind of, like, designs that could look good? Probably not. I think that's just a grid. We could do like that, and then do... Which one needs to be black? Definitely not that one. Huh. That one did not change. Well, that's the text layer. Oh, it did change. Okay. That is an interesting effect. It's like my lights are... It's like my signs are busted. We could do that fade effect, though. This. Other way. So if we did the fade effect on this one, We'd have to turn all these backwards. So it'd have to be upside down. Then we basically go Control-C. That has an interesting color to it. Now we can go with the darker. The 0.1. Control-C. The way it fades a little harder. That makes an interesting shape. And then I was thinking of putting a diamond in the middle. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. So something like that could look really good. And then we go copper on those. Back off. That could make a really nice wall. Yeah. Something like that anyway. And then what we want to do probably is we probably want to do this so it's consistent. Oh yeah. It is a little glitchy, but I'm not putting beam connectors in. It'll look good from a distance. Ooh, and then we just go with one solid color, I think, then. So let's get rid of that gradient. How is that still so bright? Oh, you know what it is. I wonder. It's because of this. Yeah, well. Control-C, Control-V, Control-V. And then it gives off a copper color. I don't know. I don't know about that. I have more colors to try. We could go with what else would fit with this? Try this. I have a bunch of color codes lying around for this game specifically. Not for the signs, but for just normal color codes. Go. 1. Control-C. Control-V. Yeah. Needs more red, I think. Like that. That was close. And slightly less color. I think we're just going back to yeah, we're just going right back to where we were. Yeah, that actually is the... It's really close. What if we were to do this? Ooh. That could look good. Yeah, I just don't like the pinkish color. It doesn't really stand out as enough. We could definitely go with more something that's definitely going to stand out. But let's go a little bit. Let's go a little bit lighter with that. That way it has at least a little bit of light. Oops. It's hard to do this with a jetpack. Oh yeah, it's kind of like molten liquid, essentially, like that. Kind of that color-ish. Yeah, okay. We can do the entire building like that. That could work. I kind of like that, actually. Actually doesn't look too bad. Let's go ahead and save that as... Okay, if I go to load blueprint, so it's... Yeah, wire, cable, base, we'll say. So wire, cable, tower, base. Select icon. Wire. Save. Okay, and then we can put that blueprint on this. The one thing I do want to do is I think I want to widen this out a little bit. I mean, we could have the stuff going to the outside. That could be cool, too. Going to the outside of the tower and then going up as if it's like an elevator. We're definitely going to have some staircases, but they're going to be on the outside of the towers to make that work. Yeah, we could definitely take this blueprint, though, and... Whoa, that was laggy. Oh, it's because I was pulling it out at the same time, but it's not save. That's what happened. So yeah, we put it like there. And then we put this in blueprint mode. Okay, we still have to nudge it over, but that's fine. Oh yes, and this one was going to be a half block, wasn't it? Oh, that's right. Okay. Try this again. Because it'll end up as a full block if we go half on both sides. So if we do that, then we can make that work. Blueprint mode. Yeah, I think this is going to stand out quite a bit, too. Okay, this should be on the half block, which it is not. Okay, it's went too far. Okay, How is that possible? Did I mess up somewhere? I didn't. Oh, it's because I added an extra wall to it. That's what happened. Ooh, okay. So we're gonna have to do something different in the middle then. So that's not gonna work. Nudge that far. I have to move this one then. Yeah, it's because I added an extra wall while doing halves. I just don't want to go right up against the train station so we can avoid it. So yeah, something like that. I do like the orange in there. I'm glad we found the color we'd be happy with. And then I think what we do is we just do this. And then just pull this beam across. Copper it. Yeah, we just do something like that. It's not as smooth though. What if I do the 1 meter? Like, it does really stick out quite a bit, doesn't it? We can do that, and then do... Oh, of course. We just do a smaller diamond. Ooh, I should set this up, actually. As like a blueprint. Yeah, let me set that up as a blueprint, and then I need to surround these train stations with this. And we'll see where we go from there. Alrighty, so I'm thinking a bit, something a bit like this, maybe. What do you guys think of this? I've actually got 3 different wall designs going on here, as far as like blueprints. We got this little blueprint here for the doors that go over the train. It's a little bit tight as we go into here, but it does just about clear, which is pretty good. So we got the train stations in here. Yeah, I think this will be very, very good. I actually like this. I'm thinking about doing a second wall up top, and then from there, then we put in our upper foundation. Now the other thing we got to do as well is I've got to get rid of all the excess, so that we're going to trim out the excess foundations here. So something like that. Trim that one out there. Oops. Is that one? That's not an excess, right? Oh, that is an excess. Okay. I want half a foundation's worth. But yeah, what we can do is we can go like this. We can go architecture. Go from this point. Let me remove this temporarily. We'll go from this point to this point here. Diagonal. I have to remove. We need a foundation. We need a half-meter foundation. And then we go from this middle point. You got to go from the exact middle. Yeah, I'm trying to use this new method, which is working out quite well. Put it on freeform mode. So we get rid of these. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we zoop that. across to there. And it should be exact. Nope. Okay, so we have to go from this edge as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I had it on zoom mode. I forgot. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. There we go. Like I said, we can trim out the excess foundations. So then we can get this nice, clean foundation set. That's nice and tight right up against the train line here. And we're going to bring it all the way to this portion here. To this half portion here. So, I think that'll look good. Alright, just got to do that to this corner, that corner, or finish the rest of this corner to that corner, to that corner. That won't take any time at all, right? Not gonna take any time at all. Alrighty then. So now that we have our foundation kind of pulled back to where we wanted it, yeah, I think this looks pretty good. That way it's kind of in this kind of shape here. And I did that to all 4 corners as well, so it's you know, nice and clean. We're taking up only the space that we need to. We do need to design some pillars at some point. I love that that bridge is over there. That unfinished bridge that I was trying to design. I don't know what to do with it. I might move the pillars out from there. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I don't know when I'm going to be able to complete that. But yeah, I think this is looking pretty good so far. The only thing left to do, I believe, is to put these walls on top of here. But I think we'll do that next time because we are kind of out of our episode here, out of time for our episode here. But yeah, we got a decent amount done. Got some walls designed and stuff like that. Got the foundation pulled back. Everything is looking rather good. But yeah, I think I can't use blueprint mode on these, unfortunately, because what'll happen is they'll leave a gap right here. I mean, we could cover that gap with a beam going all the way across. Actually, yeah. Yeah, we'll do that. Let's see how it looks. Real quick. The only problem I'm gonna have is this space right here. This space, it's slightly bigger than a regular wall. So like this wall here, this blueprint, which I'm going to be using for this spot, is yes, that's the issue right there, is that particular portion. You know what I might do actually? We might do this on a double portion, on a double piece. Yeah. Let's do this on a double piece here. Just to finish this up here. It's like this, and then it's this, and then like this, right? This one is in the wrong spot. B2B. Do that. There we go. Yeah, that looks good. And then we'll do a. We'll save this as number 4. Now, let me make sure that I don't have a number 4. No. Okay, I don't have a number 4 yet. Did want to overwrite by accident and not because I would ignore that warning by accident. So, yeah, I think that'll actually be good there. And then we'll just run a beam across to kind of fix it. I need power over here. I think next time we should focus on getting the rail connected so that we can have some power over here so we can fly around. I mean, I could bring power over here via power line, but I'd rather not. I'd rather just bring it through the rail itself, and we might work on that. Might work on that next time. But yeah, let me get all these walls up, and then we'll that'll be it for this episode. Alrighty, so I finally got the walls on it. I think I'm gonna change the color, definitely, because this color is just not gonna work with it. It's too orange or coppery, I guess you could say. It is way too coppery. I think we need to have a little bit more of a balance, I think, with the beams and stuff. Can't slide off of this. It's not allowing you to slide. It's not even a 1 meter incline. Come on now. I can slide up a 1 meter incline. Yeah. Get my momentum. Yeah, we have our walls in place though, at least, and we have a design outline. Now it is boxy down here, but that's intended. I did intend that for it to be boxy, so that we can do our design work like that. I need to do something for the corners. Not 100% sure, but yeah, we definitely need to do some design work. I'm thinking what could be cool is to paint these black, but we'll do that next time because we are out of time for this episode. So yeah. Next time we'll do some little detail work here and there on the building, and then we'll finish off with hopefully getting some of the towers built and stuff like that, because we need to get the towers in place, and then we'll work on the belts and stuff like that. But that is going to be it for this episode of Satisfactory, so I do hope you enjoyed. Oh, and before you go, I would like to give a huge shout out and thank you to all of the investors you can see here. Seriously, thank you. You guys are awesome. It is much appreciated. And until next time, I guess it's a goodbye.